Hey, this is Don the Idea Guy from dontheideaguy.com. Today is 31 Days of Ideas, Day 7. And today I'm doing a quick brainstorm for my friend Mark, who asked for some ideas on how to get attention for a podcast. Now, the more specific you can be with the challenges that you need some ideas for, the better and more specific my ideas can be for you. So with Mark, it was just a general question about how to get attention for a podcast versus how to get attention for a marketing podcast or how to get attention for a craft beer podcast. So these are going to be kind of general ideas. If you have some specific challenges, elaborate on your problem, your challenge as much as possible, and I can be more specific on the solutions. So here are some general ideas on how to get some more attention to your podcast. One is you should have a really good idea of who your audience is for your podcast. So if you know who your audience is and the things they're interested in, you should be able to extrapolate on that information and figure out where they hang out. Where are their favorite websites to go? What are their favorite blogs to read? What are the other podcasts that they listen to? What are the books they read? What events do they attend? What restaurants do they eat at? What kind of beer do they drink? So if you can define your audience, you'll be able to define what else gets your audience's attention and do your best to put yourself and your podcast in those areas, those other areas of interest. So if it's a marketing podcast, chances are your audience also visits marketing websites, listens to other marketing podcasts. They're members of marketing Facebook groups. They follow marketing gurus on Twitter, etc. So you'll want to go out and post in those Facebook groups, participate, and don't just hit them up to visit your podcast. Go in and participate. Leave information. If somebody's asking a question, you may be able to respond with, hey, that's a great question. I was just interviewing Seth Godin on that topic on my podcast, and here's what he said, blah, blah, blah. And here's a link if you want to listen to the entire interview. If your audience is visiting a specific website or reading a particular blog, you may want to leave comments in that blog. Again, don't spam the blog. Don't just go in there and go, hey, you should listen to my podcast. Participate in the conversation. Add value to the conversation. Most commenting utilities and plugins for websites allow you to include a link with your post, with your profile when you register on the website. Make that link a link to your podcast. Make that a link to your podcast information page. You follow me? If they are following marketing gurus on Twitter, participate in the conversation with that marketing guru. Make sure you tag them in your responses. Tag the marketing guru in the response. Tag a particular audience member or an influencer in that comment so that they can share that information as well. Give the value first. Jeffrey Gitomer is one of my mentors for years, and he's been hammering that point home pre-internet. Give value first. You'll earn their trust. You'll earn their following. If you give value first in social media, then people will ask, well, where did you get that insight? Oh, that's an interesting conversation you had. That interview sounds interesting. Where can I get the link? Maybe you don't even volunteer the link first. The other podcasts, if you're doing a marketing podcast, you want to interview other marketing influencers, invite the other podcast hosts to be interviewed on your podcast. Get them on there because then they will perhaps brag about their interview and share the link to your podcast in their social media streams. So I hope that helps you. If you need some more ideas, feel free to leave a comment and links in the boxes below. You can reach me. I'm really easy to find at dontheideaguy.com. And please subscribe to this channel. We have a lot more days to go. Really looking for some more ideas to brainstorm on. So please leave me some comments. Send me an email with some of the challenges you're facing because I'd love to share some ideas with you. I'll see you again tomorrow for day 8.